Hello, sports fans. It is Tuesday, December the 18th, the year 2012. And as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Let's get to the Monday Night Football game last night, the last game in Week 15 of the NFL season. The Tennessee Titans at home beat the New York Jets 14-10. All I can say about this game is, thank goodness the Jets and their fans are out of their misery for the rest of the season. There was talk of the Jets making the playoffs. Are you kidding me with this pathetic bunch? The Jets in the playoffs? Thank goodness for the whole NFL that we don't have to sit there and watch the Jets in the playoffs. The Titans beat the Jets last night 14-10. The Titans are a bad team. We know that. First of all, the Jet offense is atrocious. Mark Sanchez regressed big time this year. I mean, Tennessee can't stop anyone. The Jets had 10 points. All these turnovers. The Jets had chances all over the place and couldn't get the ball in the end zone. Terrible job by the Jets last night. And Sanchez looks lost. He looks awful. I mean, and then they brought Tebow in for a series, and then Gruden's even making fun of them on the telecast, saying, why are you bringing Tebow in? What do you expect to get accomplished with him? I don't understand the whole Jet philosophy. I don't understand why they have Tebow on the team. Sanchez is lost. Santonio Holmes, one of their big play receivers, is out. They have no weapons on offense, no running game. Rex Ryan is not an offensive coach. He's a defensive coach. I think he's more of a defensive coordinator than a head coach myself. Sperano looks lost over there as the offensive coordinator. The Jet upper management and the owner look completely lost. It's a circus, carnival, buffoon-type atmosphere for the Jets. They need major changes. And another thing, it's not in vogue to be a Jet anymore. Remember a few years ago, everyone wanted to play for Rex Ryan, and they would get all these free agents, and everyone wanted to play for the Jets. That's all gone. I don't think anyone wants to play for this bunch anymore. What a mess. It's amazing to me they're actually 6-8. They look a lot worse than that. I mean, they beat Arizona and Jacksonville, and to me, I counted those games as almost like losses. I mean, they beat Arizona 7-6 in one of the worst games I've seen. That set football back like 500 years. So the Jets and their fans are out of their misery. Now they can enjoy the holiday season in peace. They don't have to worry about this pathetic bunch. So the Jets lose last night. Tennessee does get the win. They're another bad team. They are not good at all. I mean, I know Johnson had the big run. I don't know what to make of Tennessee. I mean, I don't love their defense. I know they only gave up 10 points last night. They don't have a good defense. I don't know about Locker as the quarterback. Not a lot on offense besides Johnson, and even he's spotty. He has one big run, and then, he gets lost in some of these games. So that wraps up Week 15 in the NFL. Like I said, Jets out of their misery. Let's go to the NFL playoff standings. Let's see who's in, who's out, who's got a chance to be in, all that kind of stuff. Let's start in the NFC. Right now, here's how it would look. Right now, the Atlanta Falcons are your number 1 seed at 12-2. Your number 2 seed right now would be San Francisco at 10-3-1. Atlanta and San Francisco would have a bye right now. Your 3rd seed right now is Green Bay at 10-4. Now, Green Bay still has a chance to catch San Francisco and get to that 2 seed. And Green Bay really got robbed because they should have beaten Seattle early in the year. They got robbed in that game. The refs took that game away from them. If Green Bay would have won that game, they'd be 11-3. They'd be ahead of San Francisco right now, and they'd have the 2 seed and a bye week. So that's how important that game was. Now, as far as the 2 and the 3 seed, San Francisco's got 2 games left. At Seattle, never easy. Home for Arizona, they should win. Green Bay, 2 games. Home for Tennessee, at Minnesota. Very interesting. If Green Bay wins 2 and San Francisco loses 1, Green Bay can still jump them. So keep an eye on that. Very important because that's a bye week. All right, right now your number 4 seed, believe it or not, would be the Washington Redskins. What a job they've done. 5 in a row, the Redskins. I mean, even without Robert Griffin last week, they have a big win in Cleveland. Redskins leading the division, doing a really nice job. Redskins at Philadelphia this week, home for Dallas. Right now, your 2 wild card teams. Your first wild card team in the NFC would be Seattle. They're 9-5. They're doing a nice job this year, Seattle. We know they're a good home team. They're actually starting to do it on the road now. Seattle, 2 games left. Home for San Francisco, home for St. Louis. Both home games. They're in good shape, Seattle. And right now, your last playoff team, here's another shocker, the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are your last playoff team at 8-6. If you would have told me this a couple weeks ago, I would have said you're out of your mind. The Vikings looked like they were going nowhere. I mean, the Bears blew them out, and here comes the Vikings, and they win a couple games in a row, and they're right there for the playoffs. Vikings, 2 games left, not easy. At Houston, home for Green Bay, not an easy schedule. Now, here's some teams that still have a shot, but they need a little help. Chicago, 8-6. They have 2 road games left at Arizona, at Detroit. They really have to win both of them. Chicago's lost 3 in a row. It's funny. A few weeks ago, the Bears beat Minnesota. It's in Soldier Field, and you thought the Bears were in great shape, and Minnesota was done. And so typical of the NFL, a few weeks later, it's reversed. Minnesota's on the upswing. Chicago can't win a game. Chicago still has a chance. They have to win 2 road games. Very winnable road games, though, at Arizona, at Detroit. Dallas, 8-6. They're still in it not only for the wild card, but for the division. Dallas home this week for New Orleans, and then at Washington in a giant game to end the season. Remember, Washington already beat Dallas in Thanksgiving Day in Dallas. So very important game, the last game of the year at Washington. And the New York Giants, they're 8-6. Typical Giants. I mean, they had a nice win 2 weeks ago against New Orleans. They come back and fall flat on their face against the Falcons. Giants still in it as well, not only for the wild card, but for the division as well. Giants at Baltimore this week. Not easy, even though Baltimore's not playing well. And then home for Philly. Giants should be Philly the last game of the year, but Philly always gives the Giants problems, so we'll see about that. So that's kind of where you are in the NFC. That's kind of who's got a chance. Still a lot to be determined, with 2 weeks to go. Let's go over to the AFC. The Houston Texans would be your number 1 seed. They're 12-2. They are home for Minnesota and at Indianapolis. Denver Broncos are your 2 seed right now. They are on absolute fire with Peyton Manning. They are home for Cleveland, home for Kansas City. They're going to win those 2 games. Your number 3 seed right now is New England. Off their loss on Monday night, they dropped to 3. Denver jumps them. New England at Jacksonville, home for Miami. New England should take care of business there. Your number 4 seed is the Baltimore Ravens, who are in a free fall. They are home for the Giants at Cincinnati. Baltimore, what is going on with them? I mean, their defense we know isn't as good as it used to be in years past. What's going on with their offense? They fired their offensive coordinator this late in this season. They look lost. I don't know what's going on with the Ravens. Don't like their body language at all. I mean, I don't know what. And remember, the Ravens remember they got that big win against San Diego when they got that 4th and 29? If they don't get that, they're 8-6. I mean, this is Baltimore we're talking about. They should be better than that. So Baltimore in a free fall. They are in the playoffs, so I don't like Baltimore on the road. And so they're going to have to play a big road game in the playoffs eventually. Baltimore going the opposite way. Your wild card teams right now. Indianapolis is your first wild card. They are 9-5. They are at Kansas City, home for Houston. Colts are in good shape. And your last spot, now the Jets are eliminated. Last spot is basically between 2 teams, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Cincinnati is 8-6. Pittsburgh is 7-7. Pittsburgh already beat them this year in Cincinnati. They play this week in Pittsburgh. Cincinnati's at Pittsburgh this week, then home for Baltimore. They win those 2 games, they're in. Pittsburgh has to win 2. They have to beat Cincinnati and at home, and then they have to beat Cleveland as well at home. Very interesting game this week, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. We'll get more into that tomorrow. Very, very interesting game. It's all on the line between those 2 teams in this week. Very interesting game. I could go either way. You would like Pittsburgh at home, but they're not playing well. So, and Cincinnati's got extra rest because they played Thursday last week. Very interesting game. We'll get into that more tomorrow. So that's kind of where we are in the playoffs right now with 2 weeks to go. As you see, a lot to be decided, especially in the NFC. I mean, you got Washington, Dallas, and the Giants who all can make the wild card, all fighting for the division. Seedings up and down. A lot going on with 2 weeks left in the NFL season, so let's keep an eye on that. All right, let's move over. NBA last night. The Houston Rockets beat the Knicks. The Knicks didn't have Carmelo Anthony. I mean, we know if the Knicks don't have Carmelo Anthony, they're in bad shape. He's the star of the team. Lynn comes back to the Garden. He has a nice game. Nice job by the Rockets getting a win in New York. Oklahoma City beats San Antonio. Oklahoma City continues to roll. They are unbelievable. And Memphis beats Chicago at Memphis. Memphis is a really good young team. If you haven't seen Memphis, check them out. They have no superstar, but they have a nice collection of players. Also last night in the college basketball, Jim Boeheim and Syracuse beat Detroit in the Dome. They actually hang on in this game. They were up huge in this game. and they hung on at the end. Jim Boeheim, the third coach ever to win 900 games. He's only a couple behind Bobby Knight for second all-time. Of course, Coach K at Duke leads the way. You have to give Jim Boeheim credit. I mean, when he first started out, people were all over him. There was rumblings about him being fired. He has done an unbelievable job. Syracuse, year after year, is up there. They're always in the hunt for a title. He has a national championship. He survived the whole Bernie Fine incident last year. Jim Boeheim is a really, really good coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. There's no other way to say it. I mean, and it didn't start out that way either. There was a lot of talk when he first got there. He wasn't going to survive. And here we are all these years later. He's got a national title. He's got 900 wins. So congratulations to Jim Boeheim last night for his 900th win. Real quick, I want to get to some baseball real quick. There's been a lot of moves in the offseason of baseball. I wanted to just go through them with you real quick. A lot of guys changing teams. Yesterday, Dickey goes to the Jays. The Mets complete that trade with Toronto. The Mets get the catching prospect. Dickey goes to Toronto. I'll say this. The catcher better be good, or else the Mets have major egg on their face. Dickey is a very popular player. He won the Cy Young Award Cy Young last year. It seemed like the Mets never won unless Dickey pitched last year. This catcher that the Mets got has to be a good player. I'm not saying he has to be Mike Piazza. He has to be a good player, or else the Mets' upper management takes a huge hit here, and they may not survive if this catcher turns out to be a bust. Also, Jose Reyes went to the Jays. The Jays are really spending a lot of money this offseason. They're really going for it. They're trying to compete with the Red Sox and Yankees. Their ownership said they were going to do that. They are doing it. Give them credit for that. We'll see how it turns out. Red Sox make a few moves. They signed Napoli. They're still working out the contract with him. I think that's going to be official soon. They signed Victorino. I don't love the money they gave Victorino. Victorino, who I like, didn't have a great year with the Dodgers last year, but they do sign him. They signed Dempster. Dempster's a good pitcher, but we'll see about him in the American League. A lot harder to pitch in the American League than the National League, so Red Sox making some move. Dodgers spending money all over the place. I mean, we know they had that huge trade last year where they got Gonzalez and Beckett and Crawford. Off-season this year, they got Greinke for a huge deal. They signed the Korean pitcher to a huge deal, so the Dodgers are spending money like it's going out of style. The Yankees signed Euclid. I don't know how Yankee fans feel about that. The Tigers signed Torrey Hunter. Torrey Hunter's a nice player. Tigers have a solid lineup. The Phillies get Michael Young from the Rangers in a trade. And how about the Angels? They make the biggest splash. They get Josh Hamilton. They take him away from their rival Texas. And if you're a Texas Ranger fan, you can't be happy. You lose Josh Hamilton, you trade Young to the Phillies, and you lose out on Greinke to the Dodgers. Texas fans not happy. I mean, they are now used to being really an elite team. They're taking a step back here so far. I mean, they haven't done a lot in this offseason. The Angels have the coup of the offseason getting Josh Hamilton, who I absolutely love. I know Hamilton comes with baggage, but when he's right, there's no better player in baseball. So that's kind of some of the things that have been going on for baseball. I know we got a long way to go for baseball still, but a lot of transactions so far. All right, let's go over to college basketball. I want to go through the top 25, which is out. Let's go through that real quick. Here's some teams that are not in the top 25 that are kind of lurking around the top 25. You have Pitt, you have Kentucky, you have Marquette, you have Virginia Commonwealth, you have UConn, you have Xavier. Those teams are good, but they're not quite in the top 25. Here's two teams that are usually good that are not close to the top 25. West Virginia with Bob Huggins not having a great season this year. Bob Huggins is a good coach. West Virginia is usually better than this. And Villanova, what's happened to them? They've won a couple in a row, but they don't look like a big-time team at all. Jay Wright's usually better than that. We'll see if he can get them up to, the usual status for Villanova. All right, let's go to the top 25 real quick here. At number 25, NC State. They are 7-2. I like NC State. I know they're only ranked 25. I seem to like them more than other people. I'm telling you right now, there's my surprise team for March. I'm saying it right here in December. NC State's my surprise team in March. 24, Oklahoma State at 8-1. Like I said, if you ever get out to Stillwater, check out Gallagher-Iber Arena, historic arena. Fans are tremendous. 23, North Carolina at 8-2. North Carolina fans are not happy about this. North Carolina fans are spoiled. They are not happy with 8-2, number 23. They want to be in the top 10, at least. Number 22, Notre Dame at 9-1. Nobody does a better job at coaching than the Notre Dame coach. They have a big win over Kentucky this year. 21, UNLV. They're 9-1. They're starting to rebuild that program. They're starting to get them back. Remember years ago, UNLV used to be the program with Larry Johnson and those great teams with Tarkanian. Starting to get back to a good team. Not elite team yet, but a good team. Number 20, Michigan State. They are 9-2. Like I said, forget rankings, forget records with Michigan State. Tom Izzo is a great tournament coach. Come tournament time, Michigan State will be there, believe me. Number 19, Butler, one of my favorite teams. They're 8-2 off the big win over number 1 Indiana over the weekend in Indianapolis. How could you dislike Butler? A small little school playing with the big boys, knocking off number 1 Indiana with all that tradition. Great job by Butler. Good to see them back in the top 25. Number 18, San Diego State at 8-1. Nice job building this program. Not an easy place to win out there in San Diego State. Nice job building the program out there. Number 17, Creighton, 10-1. Creighton, I keep saying it, they get one of the biggest crowds in college basketball in Omaha, and you would never know it. You would say, Creighton? What do they get, like 3,000 fans a game? No. They get like 14,000, 15,000 people per game at Creighton. And that's saying something. They're a small little school out there in Omaha. Nice job by Creighton. Number 16, New Mexico. They're 11-0. Put this on your bucket list for places you have to see. Believe me, trust me. Go to Albuquerque and see a game there. One of the best home courts in all of college basketball, and not a lot of people know about it. It's called the Pit for a reason. The fans are tremendous. Number 15, Georgetown, 9-1, with John Thompson III. They've been around 15 the whole year. Number 14, Gonzaga, 10-1. Gonzaga, unbelievable the program they put together here at Gonzaga. I mean, this is a small little school in Spokane, Washington. They are consistently now in the top 20. Great job by them. Number 13, Minnesota at 11-1. That's Tubby Smith's team. We know he can coach. He did it at Kentucky. He's doing it at Minnesota. Big Ten loaded this year. Number 12, Missouri. They're 8-1. Fun team to watch. Underrated arena. I love that arena in Missouri. Number 11, Cincinnati at 10-0. Scrappy, tough-minded defensive team. Very gritty. They grind it out. I like what I see from Cincinnati. Number 10, Illinois. They are 12-0. They've been impressive this year. They went into Gonzaga and beat Gonzaga. Not easy to do. Number 9, Kansas, 8-1. Is Kansas ever not good? I mean, are they ever not good? I'm not saying they win the title every year. Are they ever not good? They're in the top 10 every year. Another bucket list place to go. Fog Allen Fieldhouse in Kansas, in Lawrence. Please go see that. Sing Rock Chalk Jayhawk with those great fans out there. You won't regret it. Trust me, I wouldn't mislead you. Number 8, Florida. They're 7-1. They had a heartbreaking loss in Arizona over the weekend. A game they led basically from start to finish. Let it get away. They're still a very good team, Florida. Number 7, Ohio State. They're 8-1. Only lost to Duke. Very good team. Number 6, Indiana. They're 9-1. They dropped from 1 to 6 off their loss to Butler. Indiana hasn't been playing great recently. We've got to keep an eye on Indiana. Still a good team, though. Number 5, Louisville. They're 9-1. They had the nice comeback against Memphis on the road where they scored 1,000,000 points in the second half. Rick Pitino, one of the best college coaches. Number 4, Arizona. Like I said, they just beat Florida. They are 8-0. They were down against Florida, but in that arena in Tucson, the McHale Center, very tough place to play. You're never out of a game there. Another place you should check out. Number 3, Syracuse. I was just talking about Jim Boeheim. Syracuse is now 10-0. They do it every year. Another place you have to go. Ever been up to the Carrier Dome? They get 30,000 people for a big game, for a college basketball game. 30,000 for a college basketball game. Unbelievable fans in Syracuse. Jim Boeheim, tremendous coach. Congratulations again to him last night. Number 2, Michigan, 11-0. That Beeline's team. Unbelievable Michigan. I mean, this is one of their better teams. I mean, they haven't been this good since the Chris Webber years. I mean, we know Beeline can coach. Michigan shoots those threes. The Big Ten is loaded. Nice job at Michigan. Good team. And number 1, Duke. Coach K again, 9-0. Does anyone do a better job than Coach K? No. I mean, he's up there with the elite of the elite of the elite of all time. And nobody this year has a better collection of wins than Duke. They deserve that number 1 ranking. Love them or hate them, they deserve that number 1 ranking. So that's kind of where we are with the college basketball right now. I know we got a long way to go for the college basketball. All right, tonight, some things to keep an eye on. In the NBA, you have Utah at Brooklyn. You have Minnesota at Miami. Remember, Rubio is back from Minnesota, so you get Rubio and Love against Miami. Boston at Chicago. San Antonio at Denver. Some college basketball teams in action. No great matchups, but some big teams that are playing some small teams. I mean, you have Ohio State in action, you have Arizona in action, Kansas, San Diego State, Michigan State, NC State. They're all playing tonight. They all should take care of business against inferior competition. But if you want to watch some college basketball, they are playing tonight. Wednesday, as far as college basketball, you have a big game, Xavier against Cincinnati. That's an interesting game because last year they had the big brawl in that game. So they moved the game off campus to a neutral field, which is kind of strange because now you're going to have half Xavier fans, half Cincinnati fans. I wonder how that's going to play out. I mean, let's hope there's no incidents. Let's hope everyone's peaceful and all that. Let's hope everyone's in the holiday spirit. But Xavier, Cincinnati on Wednesday, you want to keep an eye on that. Saturday, you got Temple at Syracuse. That's from Madison Square Garden. And Saturday, if you get a chance, Illinois at Missouri. Very, very nice game if you get a chance to watch that game. So that's some of the things that are going on. Tomorrow, you know what we're going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go through my NBA State of the Union, go through all the NBA teams, see who's playing well, bad, mediocre. We'll go through all that. Also, I'm going to do my NFL picks for you tomorrow, a day early. Because it's the holiday times and a lot of people are busy and, you got shopping to do and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do NBA tomorrow, and I'm going to do my NFL picks a day early. And then I will be back with you the following week. So tomorrow will be the last day for this week as far as shows go. So like I said, NBA tomorrow plus NFL picks tomorrow, moved up a day. I'm going to go through all that tomorrow with you. Okay, so you guys enjoy the games tonight. You have a little NBA, a little light college basketball. I will be with you tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to go through all the NFL picks tomorrow, a day early, go through the NBA. Anything else that goes on as far as any other sports news we'll cover. So you guys stay safe. Enjoy the games tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you tomorrow, Wednesday. Take care.